Thank you for visiting the Combs Waterkotte YouTube channel. We are a leading criminal defense law firm in Illinois and Missouri, with over 600 perfect reviews and a long history of client satisfaction, criminal case dismissals, charge reductions, and victories. Our firm has created these audio articles to help protect your freedom, reputation, and rights. If we are hired for your case, we will not give up until you receive fair justice. Chicago second-degree murder lawyer. Second-degree murder is a Class 1 felony, and it is a killing that would be a first-degree murder, but that was committed under sudden and intense passion from serious provocation or an unreasonable belief of self-defense. While considered a less serious form of murder in Illinois, second-degree murder still comes with severe penalties. To retain aggressive legal defense in your corner, you need Chicago second-degree murder lawyers with the qualifications you can trust. To benefit from our more than 80 years of combined legal experience and from a team that includes a former cop and prosecutors, call our Chicago criminal defense firm now at 312-500-HELP or contact us online for a free consultation. What is second-degree murder in Illinois? Second-degree murder is considered a less serious form of first-degree murder in Illinois, as it occurs under mitigating circumstances. Heat of passion, following the provocation of the victim or another. Unreasonable self-defense. You believed you were acting in self-defense, but this belief was unreasonable under the circumstances. A Class 1 felony offense, it is considered a non-premeditated act. How does a second-degree murder charge arise in Chicago? A second-degree murder charge can begin as a first-degree murder charge until it is reduced, based upon mitigating factors. Second-degree murder involves a killing with sudden intense passion, or due to provocation, or the unreasonable belief that the killing was justified. Examples of situations where a second-degree murder charge could arise include if you discover your spouse with someone else and react immediately in the moment. If you see a loved one being violently attacked and respond with force that results in a fatal injury. If a heated argument suddenly escalates and you act without time to think or cool off. If you mistake a harmless movement for a serious threat and respond with deadly force. How is second-degree murder different than first-degree murder in Chicago? What reduces a first-degree murder charge, a Class M felony, to a second-degree murder charge, a Class 1 felony, is the presence of mitigating factors. These mitigating factors include serious provocation, heat of passion, unreasonable belief in self-defense, believing deadly force was necessary, even if that belief was not reasonable. In these cases, while the state will have to prove all of the elements of a first-degree murder, beyond a reasonable doubt, the defense will have to prove the existence of mitigating factors. In summary, second-degree murder applies when an unlawful killing is mitigated by legally recognized circumstances that reduce culpability for proven legal representation in your Chicago second-degree murder case. Don't hesitate to call our team at Combs Waterkotte today. What penalties am I facing for a Chicago second-degree murder charge? Even though second-degree murder is considered a less severe form of homicide than first-degree murder, it still carries significant penalties. You could face the following penalties if convicted of second-degree murder in Chicago: 4 to 20 years in prison, a fine up to $25,000, mandatory supervised release, parole, a felony conviction. For the best chance at fighting your second-degree murder charges, it is recommended that you swiftly reach out to our Chicago criminal defense lawyers so we can get to work on tailoring your defense today. How prosecutors approach Chicago second-degree murder cases. Prosecutors usually file first-degree murder charges initially, but mitigation may later be argued. The prosecutors will have to prove all elements of first-degree murder, beyond a reasonable doubt. before the burden shifts to the defense to establish mitigating factors. The state must show that you acted intentionally or knowingly, causing death. The defense will then present evidence of heat of passion, unreasonable self-defense. Because prosecutors typically fight to maintain first-degree murder charges, unless the defense can establish legally recognized mitigating circumstances, getting experienced Chicago criminal defense lawyers in your corner is a non-negotiable. For the aggressive legal defense you can count on, don't hesitate to reach out to Combs Waterkotte today. What to expect after a second-degree murder arrest in Chicago? After being arrested for murder in Chicago, you can expect the following sequence of events. Booking and detention. This involves fingerprinting, background checks, and formal recording of charges. Bond hearing. This is where the court determines whether you will be released, and if so, under what conditions. In these types of cases, it is not uncommon for prosecutors to argue for detention or high bond amounts. Formal charging. Your case will most likely be charged and processed as a first-degree murder, even though it can be later argued down to a second-degree murder. Investigation. Prosecutors and police will start building their case by gathering witness statements, surveillance footage, digital records, and forensic evidence. Discovery and evidence exchange. Both sides will exchange evidence that can include police reports, forensic results, and witness statements. Our defense lawyers can evaluate weaknesses in the prosecution's arguments and identify potential defenses. Pretrial motions and legal challenges. We may be able to file motions to suppress illegally obtained evidence, challenge witness identification procedures, exclude unreliable forensic findings, or address constitutional violations. Plea negotiations or trial preparation. The final step in your case may involve either plea discussions or trial preparation. We will work to establish mitigating factors and reasonable doubt regarding intent. With such an immediate high-stakes legal process about to unfold for you, it is imperative that you retain early legal representation to assist you with bond decisions, evidence collection, and pre-trial strategy development. Why you need early legal representation in your Chicago second-degree murder case. Securing early legal defense will significantly affect the direction your Chicago second-degree murder case takes. When you retain our services right away, we will be able to influence early charging and case framing, advocate for favorable bond and pretrial release conditions, protect your constitutional rights, preserve immediate evidence, identify and challenge weaknesses in the state's case. Early, formulate a strong defense strategy. Work towards establishing provocation/unreasonable belief of self-defense. Prevent damaging statements from being made to the police. Help you navigate the criminal process. To navigate the serious implications of this Class 1 felony charge, don't hesitate to reach out to Combs Waterkotte and discuss the details of your case today. Combs Waterkotte is a leading criminal defense law firm serving the entire states of Illinois and Missouri. We have offices in St. Louis, Chicago, Kansas City, Clayton, Branson, and Belleville. We look forward to helping you with your criminal defense attorney needs.